Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Virtual Guide Series here with Tuckasegee Fly Shop. I'm going to do a simple knot here with a tag system. I promised this on the last video when we did the double surgeon's knot, and if you're not super familiar with how to tie the double surgeon's knot, you should go watch that video before this one, because I'm gonna tie the double surgeon's knot really quick and then get into explaining the tags system so that we don't take up a lot of your time here. Before we get into it, go hit the subscribe button, notification button. That really helps us. Helps us get these videos out as much as possible when we have a bunch of subscribers. Also, feel free to follow us on any of our social media accounts: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and follow our podcast, the Tuckcast with the Splash of Bourbon. You can find that on all your podcatchers out there. Kind of fun and entertaining. Well, let's jump into the knot here. And I'm going to tie this double surgeon's knot, like I said. Well, actually, I'll do this on camera. I hadn't thought about this before. You know, we do all this on camera and make it super simple. We're not a big production here. So I will show you this because this is important. So when I tie the double surgeon's knot, again, go watch that other video because you can see how I normally tie it. But when I do it this time, I'm actually, my leader side here, I'm going to let that be longer than what I normally would. And the reason I'm going to do that, you'll see in a minute. I'm going to be able to tie a fly onto the tip of the leader here. So normally I might tie this right here when I do it, but I'm actually going to draw out a couple more inches. And I'm going to overlap my tippet with it, my new piece of tippet. So again, this is my leader side. This is my tippet side. I'm going to tie my double surgeons right here. I'm going to do this one really quick. Like I said, y'all can go watch the other video to see how I do a double surgeons. Or maybe you're got great eyes right now and you can pick it up as I do it through this. So there's my double surgeons. Normally I moisten my knots, but here I'm not too worried about it because I'm just using a piece of fly line. I'm not about to go catch a big old fish. So once we tie the double surgeon's knot, you can see I've got my top end of my piece of tippet sticking back towards my reel/rod end. That I'm going to trim off. I'm going to go ahead and just eliminate that and get it out of my way so it's not tangling up with anything. And I'm using a pair of scissors here, but I recommend using some nippers to get it as close as you can. Good quality pair of nippers are great. So now you can see this shorter piece is the end of my leader, and this is my new piece of tippet I added on that's all coiled up right here. So if you look at this, this lays really in line with itself, and hopefully you can see this on camera, how it kind of follows the leader. Well, what we want to do is we want to make this stick out a little bit more, kind of at a right angle, so that you don't get this. It'll still twist a little when you do this, but it'll prevent it as much. So it's a really easy way to do this. You're just going to throw an overhand knot over your new piece of tippet. So you form a loop. I'm going to try to do this as slow as possible. So I just form a loop right beside the tippet. And if you see that, I just roll my hand to the top. And then I'm going to take the piece of leader and go around the tippet and back through the loop. So hopefully you can see that. I'm going to do it again, around it, back through the loop. And then we're going to tighten this down. I'm actually going to come off camera here because I'm going to use my teeth. And as I do it, I'm going to lean in. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to draw that up to the bottom of the double surgeon's knot there. Just like that. And now if you look at it, you see how that sticks out more at a right angle. So now you can tie a fly with your favorite preferred knot. A lot of people use like an improved clinch knot, maybe a Davy knot, something like that. If you're doing a streamer, and because you can do this with two streamers, you could put a woolly booger here and a woolly bugger or something down here, a larger streamer, and do a tandem streamer rig. You might use the loop knot, the non-slip loop knot, which there's a video. If you go through our channel, you'll find that video also. But you can tie a fly here and you can tie a fly here. So now you have a double nymph rig, double dry dropper, double streamer setup. That's really quick and easy to tie, and it's based off a knot that you're going to tie anyways when you put a piece of tippet on. But the most important tip is give yourself room on that leader. Make sure you've got enough leader that you can now tie, again, a loop knot or an improved clinch knot or something here. So I hope that helps everybody. If you ever have questions about it, call us, come into the shop, and we appreciate everybody watching. And keep tuning in, keep subscribing, and look forward to seeing you on the water or in the shop.